Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vice and today we are watching the Apothecary Diaries episode 23. In the last episode, Master Lakan challenged Jinchi and Maomao to create or find blue roses. And Maomao did it. She spent a month in a greenhouse making sure roses could bloom, and then she dyed them and Jinchi presented them at the garden party. Maomao took this challenge on and she delivered. And now I think she's gonna deliver a challenge to Master Lakan, because at the end of the episode, not only was she waging psychological warfare with the painted nails the color of her mother's nails to literally every courtesan, every lady at the palace, it spread like wildfire. And Master Lakan, who apparently can't see faces, he has like face blindness and literally only sees them as game pieces. Crazy. But he notices the nail polish because even though he can't see faces, he can see hands. And wow, did that mess with him a little bit. He was getting annoyed at it, it seemed like. So I think that was like her first declaration of war. And now she is face to face with him. And I'm so curious what she's going to say to him. Because Maomao has been avoiding him this entire season, and her entire life apparently. So what does she have to say to him? Has she had enough of his challenges? Has she had enough of him meddling in her life? Does she want to put a stop to it? Or is she open to actually starting a real relationship with her father? I doubt it. I think she's mad. I think she's mad at him, and I think this is her way of getting back at him because he keeps involving himself in her life and she just wants him to stop. I don't actually know, but I'm so excited to watch this episode and see what she has in store for him. So without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah, we're going back to her mother, and she's playing the same game. She's playing the same game that he envisions everyone's face to look like. I forget the name of the game. She's gonna play the game with him. And he is so happy. Okay, we have to win 3 rounds. Oh, he's prepared to lose to let her win. He is so excited. Jinchi, you're not a part of this. You gotta let it play out. Oh, like you didn't know. I like that he's a fox and Maomao's a cat. Buy out a courtesan. That's what she wants. It can't be for Lihaku because he wouldn't accept. He wouldn't accept that. Does she want him to buy out her mother? Or actually, they showed Maomao in the first opening scene as well, so maybe she wants him to buy out Maomao? Because I think there was a previous episode where I was like, does Maomao want to be bought out by him? A medicine. 3 sips. Deadly poison. This is a risky game. But I'm assuming Maomao will be immune because she poison tests. Yeah, because she came to him with this idea, I think she's pretty confident she's going to win.
これは揺さぶりか。確かに普通の相手ならひるむかもしれない。しかし、相手は鬼人と言われる軍師殿である。ただの揺さぶりで心乱れるとは思えない。一体何を考えているのか。She knows what she's doing. Have some faith in her. Is she losing on purpose? Because she loves poison tasting. Is she doing this on purpose? 多少は心得があるのかと思いきや、ルールを知っている程度で実践の経験はないようだ。
Oh.
すでに2杯美味しそうに飲むせいで毒入りかどうかはためにはわからない。
I'm confused what her play is.
3戦目も私からでよろしいですか？一体何を考えているんだ？
Especially if she apparently can't play. Like what is the goal for this?
すでに飲んだ2杯が毒入りだとすると、3杯目を飲むのは危険すぎる。この状況をラカンはどこまで読んでいるのか。罪です。
もういいとよ。
お情けでも勝ちは勝ちということでいいです
Even
ね
if you let me win.
間違
So he
って
let her
も
win.
娘に毒を勧めるわけにはいかんからね。どれを選んでくれる？
好きなものをどうぞ。一口飲めば嫌な味だと思うでしょ。
そのうち一つでも味が違えば娘に毒が及ばないとわかるだろう。そのためにわざと負けるとは抜け目のない男だ。
ではこれを。
She's not like actually just poisoning him, right? Like this, the whole point to this game, it isn't just to poison him, right?
嫌な味だ。
毒入りだ。これで薬屋が3杯目に毒を飲む心配はなくなった。
Because I just can't tell what she's playing at if she's
ラカンがこれ以上負ける必要がないということ。薬屋に勝ち目はない。
私が勝てばうちの子になってくれるね。
and she's not going to let him win because she doesn't want to live with him.
熱いな。
Yeah, it makes me think she just poisoned him. This was all a ploy just to poison him? But Maomao's not a killer.
一杯では問題ない薬なのだろう。いくら憎らしいからといって本当に毒を盛るなんて。
薬ですよ。酒は百薬の長と言いますから。
It's alcohol?
酒？どういうことだ？
And one cup made him pass out?
酔っているだけのようです。
Oh my god.
稽古なんですよ、この人。
He has a poor
い
tolerance.
つもジュースばかりで。
I also always assumed that was
酒を飲むのは見たことがない。
wine. Never crossed my mind that it could be something else.
さっさとこの男を運び出して、議論の花を選ばせましょ
And
う。
because he can't play for the rest of the game, Maomao wins by default. Oh,
生まれた時
yes,
から
this is face blindness.
人間の区別
It's
が
when
つかなかった。
you can't tell two
乳母
people
と母を間
apart
違えるどこ
because
ろ
their
か
faces look the same.
男女の区別もつかなかった。父は私に呆れ、これでは役に立たぬと愛人のもとに通うようになった。
Oh, and because you can't recognize
母はそんな
people,
父を取り戻そうと必死だった。そんなわけで
I bet they thought
名
you
家
were
の長子でありなが
broken.
ら手すさびで覚えた語とシャンチーにのめり込み奔放に生きることができた。
And that's why you threw yourself into the
顔
game.
ではなく声や素振り体格で人を覚えるんだよ。
Yeah, you need to use their behavior, their
シャン
voices,
チーかな。
their clothing.
おじきだけは自分を理解してくれた。容量は悪いが優秀なおじきのおかげで
Okay, so he had
次
one
第に
person
人の
looking
顔
after
が
him.
駒に見えるようになった。おじきが社に見えた時にやはり優秀な男なのだと再確認できた。家柄のおかげでいきなり長を任された。自
But
分が弱
because
くと
you
も
see
部下を
people
無駄なく
as
使えばお釣りが来る。
their roles, for lack of a better term,
人が
you
駒
were
となる
able
シ
to
ャンチーは
manipulate and move
何よ
them
り面
to the
白いゲ
best
ームに違いな
areas
かった。
and
仕
win.
事でもゲームでも無敗が続く中、付き合いで行った議論で噂の妓女と対決することになる。そこだけが鮮やか
Her
に輝いてい
nails,
た。
they were the only color
女の名はフォンシェン。
function.
議論で負けなしの妓女と軍部で負けなしの自分。どちらが負けても観客は面白いことであろう。
She is a face
確か
in
に
that
強
shot.
い。
No one else
けれ
did,
ど
but she did.
所詮は胃の中の蛙。負けた。
You lost.
それ
Is
も
that why
圧
she
倒
has a
的に
face?
こんなに負けた
Because she
のは
won?
いつ以来だ？ああ。
And then you
人と
finally
は
saw her.
こういう顔をしているのか。
Wow. The first face you've ever seen, and she's
これから
gorgeous.
弾けそう
And she
な
just beat you at your own
人を
game.
寄せつけない目。それからひたすら語とシャンチー
Several
を繰り
years
返
they
すだけ
met
の
and
仰せ
played
が
Go and
何年
chess.
か続いた。
So then does he see people as chess pieces or as Go pieces? I
誇り
think
だけを固
I
め
think
た
it
よ
was
うな
Go,
性格だっ
but
た。
some of them seemed like
母
chess.
はおりません。私を産んだ女ならいますが、花町で妓女は母になれません。
Courtesan can never become a mother in the pleasure district.
才能ある
Is
美
that
女
why
は
she wasn't
ある
Maomao's
程度
mother?
人気者になる
She didn't
と
raise her?
売り惜しみが行われる。きつすぎる対応が万人向けではないものの一部の構図化に受けていたらしい。次第に根もつり上がり、三月に一度会うのがやっとになった。
But you visited her steadily for years.
当選かと、なんだそれは。
別名
I
猫
feel like they
足で
had
す。
a much more pleasant relationship than I was led to believe before in other episodes.
それは面白い。
次はいつ来られますか？
When can you come next? She's excited to see him.
また
And he
3
had
ヶ
to
月後
decrease
に
his visitations because of the price.
わか
So
り
it's
ました。
always every 3 months.
本線の身請け話を聞いたのはその頃だった。小塚たちの競り合いで釣り上がってい
Okay,
っ
so
た。
he didn't stand a chance in buying her at
武
all.
官として出世したものの、異母兄弟に後継ぎの立場を奪われた自分には到底太刀打ちできる額ではなか
Yeah,
っ
he couldn't buy her.
たまには賭けをしませんか。あなたが勝て好きなものを与えましょう。私が勝てたら好き
I
なも
will
のをい
take
ただき
anything
まし
that
ょ
I
う。
want.
ふと悪いことが頭をよぎった。
And this is the
そうでよろ
thought
しいですね。
that if he sleeps with her, it'll lower her price and maybe he can buy her.
試合に
Right?
集中して
That was the terrible thought that crossed his mind. If that's what he demands, if he wins. And she just
気
stopped
づ
the
け
game.
ば手が重なっていた。
This is what she
本線から
wanted too.
は甘い言葉も何もなかった。
That's why the bet was you can have whatever you want and I can
自分
take
もそんな柄ではなく、
whatever I want.
ある意味似た者同士の二人だった。
She wanted him. So what happened? Because this would lower her price, but why didn't he buy her? Especially because she was so receptive to it. Like she wanted this too.
その3ヶ月後、優秀だったおじきが失脚した。
高級の医官になったと思ったら追放だと。
First you become a doctor in the rear palace and then you're exiled. He has a cane. This is Maomao's adopted
相変わら
father.
ず容量が悪い。
お前は奴と親交が深
And
かっ
it's
ただ
his
ろう。
uncle.
家を出てしばし留
So-
学しろ。
So Maomao's adopted father. This is going too fast. So Maomao's adopted father is actually, what would that make him? Maomao's adopted father is blood related to her and is her great uncle. Very cool. I like that connection. And it was such a throwaway line. Like I was just reading it and it didn't even click at first until like I saw the cane. And then I was like, wait a minute. And I had to reread that out loud real fast just to make sure I was understanding what was happening here. And now I'm gonna go back because during that whole revelation, I think I missed something about being abroad. So we're just gonna go back a few seconds.
お前は奴と親交が深かっただろう。家を出てしばし留
Go
学し
study
ろ。
abroad because he was close to his uncle?
念のためだ。
しかし、
He's being punished because his uncle was
Yeah.
exiled from the
何でもありま
palace?
せん。親であり上司である父に逆らえるはずがなかった。
So that's what
同
happened.
じ頃、身請け話が破談になったと本線から文があり、
Oh my god.
私
You
も半
slept
年
with
ほ
her.
どで戻れ
Her
るだろう
buyout
と
fell through because of that.
高をくく
So
って
you
いた。
could buy her, but instead you were sent abroad, and so you
その時。
couldn't. Oh my
まさ
god.
か戻るのに
3
3
years.
年もかかるとは思いもしなかった。
Oh my god.
本線からの文が
No
こん
wonder
なに
everyone at the brothel hates him. He was gone for 3 years. There's blood on that. Read that one first. Is that a finger?
土くれいや、小枝かしかも2つ違うこれは指切りそんな呪いが流行っているのは知っていた
It's a way to
身請け
curse
話が破談に
someone?
なった原因あの袋に入っていたもう一つの小
Oh
さ
my
な
god, I
指
didn't
は
think that was the finger.
なぜ気づけなか
I
った
saw
の
the
か
big one.
ゴトシャンチしか頭になかった
Oh my god.
こんな簡単な答えにすらたどり着けなかった本線は前本線ならもういない今さら何してんだ
3 years. Of course they won't let you see her. Or Mao Mao.
少し考えれば分
Oh
かった
my
はずだ
god.
身請けの破談その原因は本線の腹には店の名を汚し信用と価値が地に落ちた妓女がたどる末路をよたかのごとく客を取りいずれ
And that's how she got sick.
何もかも短絡的だった自分が招いたことだ
And that's why he's been trying so hard to have a relationship with Mao
こ
Mao.
こは
He's trying to make up for the fact that he wasn't there.
お目覚めです
That he
か
feels guilty that everything happened the way it did.
メイメイは昔本線の下で
Oh,
看
she
護
was
を
the
してい
servant
た
girl that they kept showing.
メイメイとはよく遊んでやった筋がいいと褒めたらもじもじしていたそういえば
So is
どう
Mei
かな
Mei
さい
the,
ましたか
the courtesan
いや
Mao
なん
Mao
でも
wants
ない
him to buy out? I would think it would be her mother to make up for everything, but it seems like maybe the brothel owner never allowed him to buy the mother out because she blamed him for what happened to her.
そうかマオマオが
それとこちらの箱もマオマオが
枯れた装備
たとえ枯れたとしても形を保つことができるんですね
I can't tell what Mao Mao is trying to tell him. And that was the Apothecary Diaries, episode 23. What an episode. I feel like my mind has been blown in so many ways. First, Lakan incredibly tragic character. He can't recognize anyone. He can't see anyone. And then the first person he is finally able to see is someone who matches his intellect and can actually beat him at the games he loves to play. He finally sees someone, and it's Maomao's mother, Feng Shen, I think that was her name. And he visited her for years, and her prices just kept getting higher, and he had to cut down his visits. And she seemed like she wanted him to visit more. She asked him when he could visit again, and then she created a bet. If you win, I'll give you what you want. If I win, I take what I want. She was on a whole nother level of trying to lower her own value on purpose because she wanted to be with Master Lakan. She did. 100% I believe she wanted him. She asked about him. She created this bet specifically so she can't lose no matter what. Like, if she loses the game and Master Lakan gets what he wants, which is to sleep with her, or she wins the game and she can take what she wants, which is to sleep with him. It was just really well thought out, and unfortunately her plan would have worked because the buyer backed out because of them sleeping together, and actually because she got pregnant from it. But unfortunately it coincided with Master Lakan's uncle expelled from the palace, and his uncle happens to be the same man that adopted Maomao later. Incredible way to introduce family relations, because it was just a throwaway line too, and like we saw the uncle with a cane, but because we couldn't see his face, we couldn't put it together until that line was said that he was a doctor and he was expelled from the palace and he has a cane. So it's like all these things put together to be like, this is Maomao's adoptive father, who is actually blood related to her as her great uncle. But if that expulsion never happened, then Master Lakan could have 100% bought Maomao's mother. He could have, because her value was so low. The next time he went to see her, he probably could have bought her out. But unfortunately, because he was so close to his uncle, and his uncle is now, living in shame or something because of his expulsion, his father was like, you're going abroad now. Bye, see you never. And for 3 years, he was abroad, only to come back and find out that he basically ruined his life and the woman he loves, and their child. The immense guilt and regret he showed was insane. Him screaming like that in the rain. So powerful. This was such a tragic story that I never saw coming. I loved this insight in him as a character, and his backstory is so compelling, and man, he really does just want a relationship with his daughter, and he has been trying over the years. But of course the brothel ladies are gonna be like, no way. You did this and then you left her. Of course they're not gonna want him in their lives. Of course they're chasing him away, and of course Maomao blames him. Of course she's angry at him, because this is all his fault. Even if it was outside of his control a little bit, with the whole going abroad, it was still his fault. Wow, what an incredible episode. And now I'm trying to figure out what Maomao's message to him means, because we know that her mother is still there. Does Master Lakan know that? Does he know that? And that's why he's also been visiting, not only to buy out his daughter, but to try and buy out the courtesan too? I don't know. Or is it Maomao saying, to make up for this, you have to buy out Maymay? Because Maymay wants to be bought, and maybe she wants to be bought by you, because apparently you visit her all the time. Or at least when you visit, she's the one that's stuck with you all the time. And maybe she has a fondness for him. I don't know. That relationship is interesting too. But because of the withered rose being the message Maomao left behind, it just makes me think of her mother. Especially when Maymay said that, like, even when withered, the rose retains its shape. Like, it's still beautiful. And so I think that's in reference to her mother, right? Because her mother is sickly, but she's still her. She still plays the game. Even if she can't really communicate as well as she could before, even if she doesn't have the memories that she once had, she's still there. So maybe that's what Maomao wants. Maybe Maomao wants her father to buy out her mother and give her a few last years of happiness. Because we all know that her sickness is killing her, even though she's lasted very long. Like, good for her, but it is killing her. And so to spend a few more years in peace with the man she loves, maybe that's a good thing. Because, oh my god, we didn't even talk about the pinky. So glad I brought that up in the last episode, that I was like, a commenter said this, and so now I'm on the lookout for hand and pinky references. And I noticed in the last episode, and through editing all of these episodes, that whenever she looks at her hand, she does lift her pinky. And I was like, why is she doing that? And in this episode, when he opened up the package and it was the finger, I immediately knew it was the mother's finger. And then Lakan was like, it's a curse. So obviously the mother grew to hate him, which is completely understandable, because in her eyes, he left her. And I didn't realize until Master Lakan pointed it out, but that little nub also that fell out of the bag was also a pinky finger. It had to have been the baby's. It was so small. It had to be Maomao's. I don't know. If you cut off, this is such an awful question. If you cut off a baby's pinky finger, does it grow back? Because every time Maomao looks at her hand or her pinky, like she has a full pinky, right? I've never seen anything off about it. It doesn't look cut to me. So I'm very curious, is she looking at the wrong hand? So she always looks at this hand because it has the pinky, and if she looks at her right hand, maybe it doesn't? I don't know, I haven't been paying enough attention to her hands to actually see if her other hand has a pinky or not. But that's insane. This woman wrote to him for years and finally cursed him because he ruined her life. And that's why Maomao always looks at her hand, because her mom cut off her pinky. Crazy. Oh, this family dynamic, it has me. I am gripped. I love this show. I love it. The next episode is the finale. I have no idea where this is going. I know Master Lakan has to buy someone out, but what could the finale be? Besides that can't last a whole episode, can it? I'm so curious. I can't wait to watch the finale. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this episode. If you enjoyed my reaction, please give a like and subscribe, and check out my other shows here on the channel. And with that, thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye!